I'm Shawn Noonan.
And I'm Helena Noonan.
And welcome to this episode of American Dream TV. Today we've got a very special day planned for you as we're going to take a tour of the Pacific Marine Mammal Center, which is responsible for rescuing animals over a 52-mile stretch of California coastline.
And today we're taking you behind the scenes to find out everything that's going on in this great place right behind us.
Well, welcome to Pacific Marine Mammal Center.
Thank you.
Here we are right by our 3 different types of rescue trucks you can actually see behind us. So this kind of is how the animal's journey starts with us. You know, we get calls from the public, animal control, lifeguards, anyone that might know about us. We're responsible for 52 miles here at PMMC, so we can't constantly monitor all the beaches all the time. So we rely on the public to call those animals in. We always ask for a photo. We want to prepare our team as much as possible to what they expect out there. You know, they're going to bring a lot of different equipment if it's an adult male sea lion as opposed to a small tiny little harbor seal. It's kind of funny because I'll have people say, oh, it's a tiny little baby, and I'll get down and it's a 350-pound adult male. I'm like, that's not a tiny little baby, but okay. So we have our rescue trucks. We'll send our team out, and then we will bring the animal on in here. We'll go through a whole intake process. So just like you would when you're going to get checked up at the doctor's office.
Right.
They'll get weighed, their temperature, glucose levels. They'll take blood work, get length. You know, because we got to diagnose the problem. Why is the animal here with us? So if you guys want to come through, we're going to meet Miss Haggis, who was rescued just a few days ago.
Great.
Let's do it.
So here we are, we have our ICU area, our pen. So this is where our patients that first are rescued come in. They're kind of off the beaten path from the craziness of the rest of the hospital. They're right next to our vet clinic, and these are heated floors. So you can see, if you want to peek in here, this is Miss Haggis. She was rescued a few days ago. You know, physically she looks very lethargic. She's very malnourished, but that doesn't even explain all the issues that are wrong with her. So, you know, when the doctors are doing those exams, they also take x-rays. We found a fishing hook is lodged in her esophagus. So she's going to have a surgery to take that out. She was a little bit too weak yesterday when they put her under anesthesia. So she's going to have to undergo another one. So we're really hopeful. So she's resting, and you'll definitely see some other sea lions here. So here we have our animal care chart medical board. So you can see we have our patients here, their problem, their treatment, their plan, and any comments. So these are the animals that first come in versus once they're kind of been here for a few months, they're off their medications down here. And then their wellness exam is done, so they're getting ready, they're healthy, and then approved for release, like Monica and Gunther are the 2 elephant seals that we're going to release.
Yay!
Oh, that's great.
We go through a whole phase. We
right.
have our feeding charts here, and then we also have our clinic, which is like a med room / supply closet / office / exam room. So these are our intermediate pens. So we have the ICU area, and then once they graduate there, they kind of move over here to these indoor-outdoor pens. This is Gator, though. We moved him down here recently. He was rescued a few days ago, but just to give him some more space. You could definitely tell the difference between Gator and then the elephant seals outside. He's very lethargic. He's not feeling so well. He's got a lot of wounds on his stomach, and then I don't know if you see that extra little flap right there. So that's an old wound that healed weird and just kind of left the skin flapping. So once he's a little bit more stable, we're going to see if we can just leave it or if it needs to be removed, if it gets infected, you know. So his treatment is still kind of a waiting game right now. Yeah.
A little bit.
So he's being tube fed 4 times a day. He's been giving fluids for hydration subcutaneously. But we have these pens that we are able to house the animals kind of after they go over the hump of the ICU.
He gets a private room right now.
He gets his own suite.
Right.
He's lucky.
And is that kind of the next step in the evolution there? They start here, they move to there, and then out
and then they go out to the graduation pools.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. So these are Pacific harbor seals. So here at Pacific Marine Mammal Center, we rescue all marine mammals. Our main patients are the California sea lions, the northern elephant seals, and Pacific harbor seals. So we have 3 of these guys right now. You see they're like spotted little footballs swimming around in there. But these are our graduation pools. So pools A through D, they're a little bit bigger. These are our healthy animals. They have gone through most of their wellness exams and they're almost ready to be released back into the wild.
That's so great. So they stay here for how long?
All of our patients stay on average between 2 to 4 months. You know, some of them maybe are here for a month and they're out. Some of them might be here for 6 months. Just depends on how sick they are when they are here, what their issue was. Was it entanglement? Was it malnutrition? Was it human interaction? You know, was it a boat wound? You know, it just kind of depends. But on average, about 2 to 4 months. So we're doing a competitive feed for the California sea lions. So, you know, she's throwing them at places where they're not so that they can, you know, simulate almost foraging and diving and hunting for that fish.
Because the whole idea here is to train them back to go into the wild.
So they have those habits that they can be successful out in the wild. They can forage, they can dive, you know, because they aren't so lucky there where we're not just going to throw fish. They have to go after those fish.
Find them.
And so we just got to make sure this is a, you know, big criteria when the vet is doing our wellness exam for these guys to see, are these guys ready? Are they ready to go back home? They're about a year old. They got some growing to do, definitely. They're probably about 75-ish pounds right now.
What's the ideal weight that you like to get them to for release?
Right about here.
Okay.
For these guys, and then about 200, 150, 200 for the elephant seals.
So these guys are kind of getting ready to be released?
Yeah,
okay.
They should be released very, very soon.
Okay. It's an amazing organization you guys have here, and obviously we'd like to learn a little bit more about how you fund and pay for all this.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit and entirely run on support from the public, donation, grants, fundraisers, that sort of thing. Pacific Marine Mammal Center is really lucky. We were the first marine mammal licensed rescue rehabilitation center in the state of California, and we're actually celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. So
we
50 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And from very humble beginnings, as you explained.
Absolutely. I mean, we started with 2 lifeguards and a doctor rehabilitating seals in their bathtub. You know, to this, as you can see, we still need more space. So we're starting a big renovation project where we can have more pools for our patients, an isolation unit for those tricky special cases, more space that we can do research and procedures. You know, as you can see, our lab was like 8 different, you know, it should have been 8 different rooms in one. But yeah, we're very grateful and depend on the public for support, and we can't, you know, thank you guys enough for coming here and bringing attention to us and all that.
Well, we really appreciate you guys giving us access. It's such an amazing organization. We've had a fantastic time with you here today, and I know you guys are just doing such a great job in the community. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
So tomorrow we have a really big surprise. If you guys can join us, we would love to invite you along on an elephant seal boat release. We're going to release Monica and Gunther back to the wild.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh my goodness, tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning, 7:30, bright and early.
We'll be here.
Oh my goodness, we'll be here, that's for sure. Thank you.
So today we are releasing 2 elephant seals, Monica and Gunther. We gave them a little breakfast, so they have a full tummy, and we will load them up into their kennels, weigh them, load them up into our truck, and drive down to Dana Point Harbor. We like to do these earlier in the morning just because the sea's a little bit more calm. We have some fabulous donors that have supplied this boat that we can release these guys off of. We have quite the entourage today and give these guys a proper send-off.